And Mark's son Rolan and music journalist Paul Morley are here now. So how old were you then when your dad had the car crash?
I was just about to celebrate my 2nd birthday, and he would have been 30 as well.
Would have been 30
Yeah,
then?
1977.
77 was he?
Your mum was okay though, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, her jaw was wired shut. She barely survived the accident, and then after that, I was brought and raised in Los Angeles. So.
Right.
How old were you when you realised that having a father called Mark Bolan was actually quite a big deal?
It took some time. My grandparents would come over and they would bring me CDs, but in LA, you know, there's so many other rock star kids or, you know, celebrities, and my dad wasn't quite that big at the time in America, so when I came over in '97 for my dad's, the anniversary of his 20th, the 20th anniversary of his passing, that's when I came over and really started to see it.
Well, it must be really, I mean, we'll show some clips from this. It's called Born to Boogie, by the way, and there's this footage from concerts and stuff that he was at, and there's some stuff of him larking around with Ringo Starr, which we're going to show, which is very funny. It must be very strange seeing your long-dead father as a younger than you are now.
Yeah. This project was definitely a big healing process for me. If it wasn't for Ringo, he said that this wasn't going to be able to be released.
So you look,
yeah, at the time, yeah. So he's kind of allowed me to find my heritage and to go back. I mean, I'm a musician in my own right, and I'm also discovering my own, myself as a person. But you know, there are times it's very emotional, but then also it's about the fans, it's about the music in 1972.
Well, actually, yeah, I mean, you could probably explain to Roland just how big his dad was, actually. I mean,
well, what was interesting about Mark Bolan, it's interesting with Ringo Starr being involved, that for our generation, those late 50s, early 60s kids, he was the first real thing that we'd found, and it replaced the Beatles in a way. It was a replacement for the Beatles, and it caused a tremendous hysteria almost, you know, mixed up with... you know, when you went to a T.Rex concert in 1970-71, as it just started, they were just absolute screaming girls, absolutely, completely convinced that he was the sexiest thing that had ever existed.
Do you think if he hadn't had that androgynous look...
Well, what's interesting... I mean, I found him at 13 through Ride a White Swan, saw him on T.Rex, saw it was something from Mars. It was so alien, so exciting. He dragged Hendrix and The Who and Eddie Cochran with him, put it together with himself, created these remarkable magic spells. And it's like Morrissey said, the singer Morrissey, for people of our generation, it was your first love affair. And there was a sexual thing, there was a sexual kick. He was so beautiful and so so
bisexual, wasn't he?
He said he was bisexual.
I think he said he was trisexual, anything that tried more breasts.
The great thing about Mark is he said a lot of great things. He was a great myth maker. He made up a fabulous myth about himself, and then, of course, it all came true.
Well, let's see it directed by Ringo Starr, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And that's on the DVD. The film's called Born to Boogie.
Yeah, Born to Boogie. Up to this point, it's never really been out, so we, you know, a lot of...
Well, we've got another clip here, which we loved watching earlier today. This is your dad with Ringo Starr. They're obviously trying to do a quick kind of throwaway advert line or something, or maybe a trailer to go in a movie, and your dad just keeps... Well, you've seen it. He just keeps collapsing. It's very funny.
Some people like to rock.
Some people like to roll.
But he don't... Yeah. From the top again. Okay. Some people like to rock. Give us a chance.
Some people like to roll. They do, honest. They really, really do. They love to roll. All over the floor.
Once more.
Once more, we're feeling it. Come on now, people.
Some people like...
Come along now. We're running out of film. The light's going.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Some people like to rock. Forget it.
Had that film ever got made? I've got absolutely no idea.
There it goes, there it goes.
OK, well, I agree with you. It's great that this tribute's come out now, and it's really, really good watch. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You've got your dad's mouth, haven't you? You've got that little bow, that upper lip.
Yeah.
The Bolan bow.
The Bolan bow.
It looks a bit like Elvis as well.
Yes,
like
it does look a bit like
Elvis.
Elvis. Elvis knows.
That would do it. Thank you, guys.
Great. OK.